Alright guys, welcome back. This is Shadow Drake. We are back in Mars with Mr. Zillion. Uh, Back to our minimal power run, and let's see, where I left off was building, kind of working on the greenhouse, trying to move production to a different spot and all that stuff. And I gotta remove this furnace. Uh, okay. Uh, Taking stock of what I got. I got cables, I got stuff. I don't really have a lot of things. Okay. Let's let's take a small detour from the greenhouse and actually oh, I need some steel. It's a good thing I have steel. Hmm. Let's get the station battery going because I want to make do I have any frames? Yes, I do. I want to get the I want to go on ahead and start moving my stuff indoors for my production to its dedicated home. So what I'm going to do is have a door here, a station battery here that'll power the inside over here. And I do want to get most of the printers and stuff in this spot, probably wall it up and close it up, so that I can whatchamacallit, do I have any frame sheets? No, I don't. Do I have any more steel? The answer is no. Do I have steel in here?
Air tank low.
Air tank is low. That's not cool. Let's make some steel sheets. Let's go handle that. Okay, how much do you have in here? Oh, plenty.
Air tank critical. Low pressure.
Get that in here. Let's go. Yeah. So things are going. Get that going. Okay. Got this. So let's get the station battery for my printer room ready. That is a, yeah, that is a tier 2. Now I'm gonna need another transformer. This is coming several weeks since I last did that thing, so I'm actually a little bit scatterbrained again as to where in the world I am and what I'm doing yet again. I don't think that's what I want. I think I want a medium. The question is, this is all light cabling, which is kind of a problem. Ugh. This is a problem. It doesn't need any data from there. Okay, my solar panels are tracking. Okay, tell you what. Oh, made too many transformers. So this is around the point that I have to start thinking a little bit better about the way my power is doing, because I expect printer room to consume quite a bit of power. So that means I need heavy cables around here. Like, that's fine to be light, so I need to break this up and put a transformer. Actually, that's not going to be a big loss. There we go. With that, now I can go on ahead and start removing cables and putting heavy cables in their place. I think I'm going to kind of work on the greenhouse and the, let's make some walls. I'm gonna work on both the greenhouse and the whatchamacallit. Oh, that's kind of okay. That's not stuff I want over here. I need to move that. Uh, shoot. Okay, easy way to do that. Remove this cable, and instead make it go this way. Yes, 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 that's ugly. I shouldn't do that. I'll fix it. I'll fix it later. All right. So that's extra walls that I'm going to be using. Yeah, I don't have anywhere near enough walls. I made some heavy cables because I'm going to be needing a lot more. Let's take this gold, just turn them into heavy cables. I'm gonna need plastic sheets, a ton of them, and I don't have much of anything, so let's just start making plastic sheets. Oh, I had a lot more. Okay, whatever. So now comes this part. Let's fix this. Again. No storm? Good. Just take some time. So the main reason for this is that I'm going to go on ahead and start pre-charging this. Ideally, I want this to be extremely high. Kind of wish that you can really charge that up. So I'm gonna probably drain that station battery quite a bit. But I'm just gonna give this some charge. Maybe when that gets down to yellow, I'll stop. Okay. No more plastic sheets for now. Okay. Heavy cables. I need a shower. Well, I'm glad I don't have to edit that, unlike the Vulcan video where I do have to edit that. Did I need a transformer anywhere? I don't think so. Okay. So I am a little scatterbrain. I kind of forgot what I was doing completely. And so I'm basically looking at this and picking up where I believe I was where I left off. I know I don't have the greenhouse, so I'm not growing food yet. I know I need to finish enclosing this area and vacuuming it out. So I know that's a plan, so I'm going to go on ahead and get the flooring in place for that. I'm going to go on ahead and turn this off so that it doesn't keep burning through power. I'm still low power generation, so I don't want to go too ham in it. One of the things I want to do is I want to go on ahead and make a primary battery storage room here. Like maybe some large station batteries, so that way I can actually start storing more of my excess power. Because one of the things I'm noticing is I am generating some excess power, and I would like to start storing some of that. Because I mean, that's blue. This is yellow because I just built it. That's orange because I just built it, and that's yellow because, you know, it's been charging this. I don't really have much lighting or anything, but one of the things I need to do is I want to get the large wind turbines, you know, finally upgrade these two little dinky turbines to be large wind turbines. The problem with that is that The problem with that is I don't really have a sizable battery storage. So what do I need for a large station battery? Copper, gold, silicon, and stellite. Which I got that. Copper, gold, silicon, and stellite. So I probably want to build 2 of these. Silicon's in here. Glad the silicon's the first thing. So I'll probably want to build 2 of these. Boy, that's a lot of copper. Okay, so I'll build 2 of these, and then I'll build the 2 large wind turbines because a storm should come by soon, and hopefully that's enough to charge those. But in order for me to do that, I need to move the printers out over here. So that's a thing too, and I also need to go get some gold. And let's go take a shower because I stink. Not as bad as my Vulcan human. He stinks worse right now. I'm pretty sure I had more lights here. Uh, oh yeah. That turns on my lights. Okay, so I need water. Drink, 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 drink all the water. Much dirty water's in there. Not a lot. You know what? By the time I get to that point in Vulcan, that would be grand. Just to be able to come in and instantly rinse off. Because right now the annoyances are that I am constantly editing that part out. You know, I'm editing out the showers, editing out the everything. And it's just really kind of annoying. Okay, now what I want to do here. I want to have a data line and a power line. So I think what I want to do is have this be the data line. I think that'll be okay. It's let's see, it's like auto lathe, another printer, 3 printers, because I wanted them in the middle. You know what? I need to build a rocket manufactory, and I can use that as a placement thing. Rocket manufactory. I need gold, dang it. Shoot. Okay. Wait, where's my sensor lenses? I built those, didn't I? Did I not build them? Have I not built sensor lenses in this save? That's the whole point of the whole thing. It's like silicon and Inconel. Okay, you know what? Let's get the important stuff. Silicon. Inconel. Can't believe I haven't built the sensor lenses. It's like, come on. Come on now. That's like the important thing for not bumbling around in the dark with mining. Like, I know I gotta go get gold because I gotta build that. Yeah, I gotta get more gold. Man, I'm so scatterbrained. Alright, got my sensor lenses. Ore processing. I need electrum and waspaloy. That's what the waspaloy is for, electrum. Then I can... I really would have thought that I built that. Alright, now I don't need that in there. I had a lot of stuff. Okay. Let's make another battery large. Gold, copper, steel. Then I'm going to make the What I need? I need some gold. I'll just build a rocket manufacturer because I kind of want to do that too. Put the steel there. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and start charging in here because you're gonna go into my sensor lenses. I could have sworn I built some. Did I not? Now I'm questioning all life's decisions. Battery large. So with that, I will have not enough gold. Go ahead and try to keep that in place. I am gonna need more gold. They even make the 2 large wind turbines yet. That's probably a no. I need 2 of these, so let's just go ahead and make them. Yeah, see what I mean? That's getting low on power because I am consuming a little bit more power. Turn that on. All right, let's see what I'm looking at here. So the idea is to have this in the dead middle like that. Okay, so that's perfect. Actually, that's not as perfect. Ugh. That is terrible. No, this is not in good placement. No. This is not good placement right here. I'm gonna have to do this. No, that's not gonna work either. Alright. Figure that out later. Figuring that out later. No use in worrying about that. Let's get the gold out. I just did it. Oh, no, okay. Alright, large battery. I want one more. Not enough copper. Fine. Okay, so I got my upgrades for that. Let's go get some stuff. So what I am trying to do is I want to be able to have the data connection for all my printers and a power connection separate for all of them. And I wanted to have the power connections all be through the front. So, if I have the printer in the back like this, you know, the problem is the data connection on the left. I have to figure out a way to get to it. If I run the power through the front of the printers, then, you know, ideally then I would have data coming from the back. Yeah, maybe that's what I need to do. I need another transformer and have a data connection start on the back. I think that will work better. No storm, good. Okay, I have a plan. I have a plan now. Okay, so let's see. Let's go get some gold, some copper, maybe some silicon and no, some gold silicon. All right, let's go. Whoop whoop whoop. Hold on. Don't want to get lost. Yep, don't want to get lost. Where's the bacon? And I'll put it in here. There it is. Alright. So, sensor lenses. Perfect for finding literally everything. So let's go a little bit further so that I don't make holes around my base again. Like, I'm using this to take stock of what materials are nearby. Let's just be honest, it's a decent chunk of stuff right there. So for building up the greenhouse, I'm going to need some silicon to make glass and plastic. I'm going to need a little bit more steel so that I can make... Oh, look, there's nickel right here, guys. Do you remember me struggling to find nickel? It was right there. Literally next to my base. I think what I am going to do is dig into this gold right here and then dig to other nodes that I need. So there's going to be a giant hole that's basically a mine. Because I need to get more volatiles, I need to get more oxides. What's my timing look like? Spent like 20-ish minutes just fumbling around trying to get... Whatever, that's fine. Let's get some oxides, let's get some volatiles if I can stumble into them down here. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Look, there's the silicon right there. Go for the silicon. Ooh, some lead. I might need that. Probably. Let's get some lead. Look, there's more gold down there. No, that's copper. I really don't like that they changed the color from copper to be almost like gold. I've gotten myself confused with copper multiple times because of that. Alright, let's get the copper. I need a lot of copper. And then look, there's more silicon. And then there's volatiles. That's literally everything I could ask for. So yeah, the copper being this almost the same color as silver has thrown me off. That I've sometimes... Oh. Sometimes I think that I got, whatchamacallit, more gold nearby, and then I go to it and I find out it's actually not gold, it's copper. Alright, there's more copper there, volatiles. Trying to get out. Okay.
Power low.
Power low. Ugh. Stretch to that volatile node over there and cobalt. Might as well grab some cobalt while I'm at it. And coal. Never have enough steel. You just never have enough steel. You really never have enough steel. That's a lot of cobalt. Volatile. More nickel. The cobalt's going to be useful for making astraloy and all the other stuff that I'm going to need. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, good. Ooh, I don't think my computer's liking the deformation I'm doing. But it's also an ingredient for hastaloy, and you know that thing has been plagued as a resource that almost nobody gets any of because it's just not really used for much of anything. Like, I think the main things were the night vision goggles, which I will be honest are kind of cool in concept, but they just kind of fail in the sense that they're just more blinding than anything compared to portable lights or something like that. It's just not worth. Oh, whoops. Ugh. Don't want to melt my precious air. You know, compared to a light source, it's just not as economical. I'm sure you're wondering, Shadow Drake, you have a backpack. You have a jetpack. I'm kind of practicing for the eventual harms, for when I want to use my harm suits. like one of the main things about the harm suit is that you are unable to wield a jetpack. And yes, perish the thought, that actually is kind of annoying and probably will get in the way of many people's mining. But you kind of see how little I use my jetpack. It's very infrequent. And so it's just slight behavior changes in order to be able to get around. But yeah, kind of practicing with that a bit. It's messy. It's probably not going to work very well for that. But honestly, I only see the use for the harm suit to be useful in Venus, extremely useful in Venus. Because from the testing that I've done so far, and I will eventually have a video of all the tests that I've done, unless somebody else does that, in which case, no need for me to do that. I'll eventually show my results with it so that I guess people can make informed decisions on it. Let's get stuff to make some steel. Originally came here for gold. Here I am, getting literally everything else. Getting some spare coal so that I can make steel with that. Alright, let's go back to my roots, get some more gold, some down there. Is this how I get out? Maybe. I don't know. Oh. Uh. Not gonna break my suit. Don't need to do that. Let's get some gold. Use so much gold in this game. But yeah, the harm suit will be. I think it'll have use mostly on the hot planets. I don't see how you would ever want to use them in a cold world like Europa or even Mars. You're less likely to actually burn through your oxygen on those worlds. Um, it might actually work because part of the code for the suits in general is that the excess air is pushed into your waste tank. So it's not really that you're using more oxygen to cool your suit. It's just that that's a product of it. If I can explain it a little better. So what it is your suit has your pressure setting. In this case, 50 kilopascals for me. So that's my pressure setting. Wait, that's not going up. Am I really using that much air? Hold on.
Low pressure.
Yeah.
Oxygen low.
Wow. Interesting. Anyways, so what I'm saying is, it's not that your suit uses it to cool. It's just that the way that the suit kind of does its whole regulation settings and stuff. So, it puts air in your suit and it wants to stay at 100 kilopascals. So, it's fine and happy for a while. So that's fine. And then what ends up happening is that, because, on a hot world, so a hot world heats up your suit so that ooh, perfect. The hot world heats up the suit, which forces your suit to, it gets overpressurized because, extra heat means more pressure. Now the question is, can I find my way out of my hole? The answer is no. Wow, I have gotten myself in a deep hole. Okay. Alright, just dig up. Very dangerous because you usually tend to break your suit this way. So anyway, so the suit heats up, it gets overpressurized. And so when that happens, your suit has to dump the excess pressure back into the waste tank. How deep did I go down here? And that's why you see more and more of your oxygen go into your waste tank. I really hope I am not under my base. Alright, where am I? Well, and so then, because your suit overpressurized, it got there, and then it spends power to cool it down a little bit, so it cools it down, and of course your suit is under pressure again. So your suit is now under pressure, so it adds oxygen, and then the cycle repeats itself. You get into this cycle where the suit is constantly dumping excess oxygen into your suit because it gets overpressurized, and so that's how you can burn through your oxygen tank when one, your tank is not cool, or how the hot world essentially does that. What I am noticing with the harm suit is that it doesn't seem to do that. It doesn't dump the excess air back into your waste tank. It seems to just outright it holds it. Okay, got that. Now time to remove this. Oh, I still got my Inconel right here. You know what? Let's make a nuclear battery if I can. One nuclear battery, please. Gonna hold on to this furnace because I'm probably gonna use that for making some solid ingots. Anyway, so what I am noticing on the test is that the the harm suit does not actually seem to dump the excess. So it really does seem to be a more perfect capture of your suit's state. It's actually doing a good job at it. That can lead to the fact that I won't be burning through resources. You won't burn through your air because all of the heating and cooling is strictly with your coolant. Now, the heating is actually with the battery still. The battery still fully heats this stuff. Where's my ammo analyzer? There it is. Alright, I need a decent chunk of air, so. I put 6, so I need 3. 3. And start. Let's go ahead and get the steel made because I'm gonna always need some steel. And so that's one of the things I'm noticing about the harm suit. Because it doesn't dump the excess pressure into the waste tank, it seems to be better at not burning through your oxygen tank to keep itself cool. That's what the coolant is. On the converse side, though, the problem I am seeing with it is that if the coolant tank is no longer capable of keeping you cool, it's just outright not going to do its job anymore. Like, you actually will burn up and die because the coolant tank is too hot to do any work. So that is a slight downside to it, that you actually got to keep your coolant in a good state. Otherwise, it's just not going to keep you cool. That's for my preliminary tests. And it works kind of like I expected to, so that's the good part. Let's make some gold. I think I'll make a batch of 150 gold, and then I'm going to... Whoa, that got to red. That's not good. I think I've actually outdid my power generation. And that's kind of why I wanted to get the power room started. I mean, the fact that I'm seeing that as red is actually very, very concerning to me. I'm putting gold in there, right? Yes, I am. Like, I stopped charging that. Or has it not hit day yet? I'm kind of confused. Was I mining that I missed day, or is it still... It's still day 16. Oh man, this is a mess. I need another locker. You know what? Let's build another 2 lockers. Okay, making copper now. Drat, I made 3 lockers. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. This is going to be my ingot locker now, because I'm gonna move all my stuff into here. Let's go ahead and move on the stuff that I need, because I think what I'm going to spend basically now doing is, before the next storm hits, I'm going to try to get the large wind turbines, because I really want to capture power so that this can get power, that can get power, and I can store some in my large wind turbines. So I'll figure out how to power stuff later. I probably won't need to build stuff yet, so might as well. Next day, no wind. Okay, good. So I got time. Okay. Organize. The hotkeys for the G's are actually really helpful for this. So I didn't spend all day in the mine, but I was close. So that's good to know that I am. You know, oh, power generation. Keep checking to make sure that I'm not gonna. I do need to recycle that stuff. Okay.
Hydration critical.
All right, let's refresh myself, and then let's go back and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and let that battery keep charging, because I will need it. I don't know for what I'm gonna put that on. Do I not? No, I don't have a portable light either. So I have 1 cereal bar, 5 cereal bars. Okay, so I better not take too long on that because I need to start growing my potatoes. So okay, I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna get the large wind turbine set up, and then I gotta start working on the greenhouse. So that's basically gonna be the goal for it, for that. Um, hmm. Yeah, because I can't afford to let myself die because I took this long to grow potatoes. I'm at 5 cereal bars. That's basically the point where I really need to prioritize my greenhouse. And I still got a ways to go for that. And so let's not take too long. All right, so first things first, I need to go on ahead and hand drill. Then it's angle grinder. Then it's wire cutters. Angle grinder again. And then it's wrench. Okay. Well, probably would help us if I just actually do it all at once. So it's hand drill, hand drill. Oh, this died. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want to lose you. Ugh. Okay, that's fine. Let's get all the mods there. This is why I wanted to make sure there was no storm, because if there was a storm, that would have been bad for me. Now it's angle grinder for all of them. Okay. Now it's wire cutters. Okay. Now it's angle grinder again. Now it's hand drill. No, it's wrench. Alright, now, as far as things go, I want my auto lathe to be right here. So this is my auto lathe. I want my... I like my electronics printer next to my auto lathe, personally. And you know what? I will want my pipe bender over here. Okay. Now, the rocket manufactory, I think I want to put you... Okay, the tool printer can go right here. Yeah, that'll work. Rocket manufactory right here. That works. Alright, so now it's predominantly this, but that needs steel sheets, so... Steel sheets, steel sheets. You know what, let's get this extra bit right there. Okay. Iron sheets, iron sheets. Iron sheets, iron sheets, and that's the steel sheets. Wait, didn't I pick up steel sheets? Where did they go? Did I put them back? There they are. Alright. Now comes the cable coils. Cable coil, cable coil, cable coil, cable coil, cable coil. Perfect. Now it's the plastic sheets again. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Perfect. Now comes the screwdriver for all of them to get them working. Well, once they get power, of course. Now I need the pipe bender upgraded. No, I don't want my screwdriver in there. Auto lathe upgraded. Tool printer upgraded. And finally, printer upgraded. Perfect. Now I basically need to run power. And I need to make sure that power is kind of like this. Kind of like a central power line. And the reason I am trying to make sure the printer is connected first is because I realized I don't have very many heavy cables. I need to go on ahead and start printing heavy cables. Alright, so that's good. And I need gold and copper you can go ahead and start making heavy cables. Now, the good news is that I have stackers. I made some stackers. No, I never made any stackers. I made stackers to work like this. So I think I'll put it on these two for now. Just start making heavy cables. And this is kind of where I was going with the whole, it looks like I can't, I think the best thing for me to do is to actually run, hold on. Run it like this. And then I will have this transformer be the data line that's going to go towards, you know, the all the printers and stuff. And it'll be the primary one that's going to work on the stackers, work on the printers, and all that stuff. So, you know, I need this to run around the whole entire room. There. See, it's all coming together. Like, there is a plan eventually. And I will, of course, need one for... Nope, it's right here. For the pipe bender, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that ready. I won't really need one for the other two just yet. So this is what it's going to have to be for now. Now I can go ahead and start dismantling this stuff right here. Because I can reuse these cables for something else. And with that, I now have a place to put the station batteries. Now, I haven't really quite decided if this might be too big personally for the whole station battery situation. This, like, do I want to just kind of like let this be kind of like a server room where I just have station batteries here and then just, you know, fit more around the sides like this and be like a massive power outpost type thing? Like, I haven't quite decided on that. So what I am going to do for the time being is to just go on ahead and start. So we're going to have these two large batteries right here. We're going to have these two large batteries right here. We're going to go on ahead and weld them up and get them to where they need to be. And I need some electronic parts. That's fine. Do I have any? The answer to that question is no. Okay, I got a corner chute right here, so that... And what's some steel doing here? Okay, let's go put that in the right place. There we go. Ooh, wow, that did not gain near any amount of power that I wanted it to. So, actually, that's okay. Let's make the heavy cables. I need 4 electronic parts, so that means I need some iron in there. Okay, so electronic parts. More copper. Thinking about it, I think what I want to do is fully drain this station battery right here. Let this be the power that provides power for the whole entire base. Okay, one more. Okay, that's enough. Back to heavy cable printing. Let's get some more gold in there for you. Yeah, if I train that and then have these instead be powered and run heavy cables out to this line over here, and then just basically put this area power control right here. Yeah, like probably like here or something. No, like right there. Just move that to here, and that'll power the light and the furnace, and just shut you off so that you don't burn through power. Okay, I think I got a plan. I got a plan. I got a plan. Guys, I have a cunning plan. All right, so this originally was the whole power line for that. The big thing about the turbines. What do I need for the wind turbines? Wind turbine is just a bunch of steel sheets and cable coils. That's not hard at all. Steel frames. Steel frames. All right, perfect. Okay. That looks tacky as all mess. Oh, that might... No, 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 no. The sunrise is over there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get the power right here. Get you guys connected over here. Now I just need to do the steel sheets and the cables. Okay, steel sheets and cables. I'm gonna go ahead and construct them, but they're not gonna do anything because they're not connected. Not breaking the rules. All right. Now back down to my 4 and 4. Okay. All right, so my wind is going to go here. Perfect. Okay. All right, that's perfect. That's what I wanted. Okay, so now they're going to start charging. And now I need to run heavy cables out from the room. Okay, if I have a power grid, I think I'll line batteries there and then line batteries on this wall there. So that way this is basically a whole power grid. And I'm going to leave this, I'm purposely going to leave this open because I need this to, well, I don't want to completely dismantle my solar tracking chip. And yeah. And I'll eventually dismantle it, but I do want to have a gas fuel power generation logic over here, and I want to be able to bridge out to it. So that's what I'm gonna do there. Okay. Then okay, I need a few more heavy cables. Okay. Yeah, that was not a lot of power generation. Okay, so what I am going to do, dismantle you, that takes out my lights. Okay. That gets my light back on. Now what I am going to do get this way, except that I won't connect it just yet. I'm going to fully drain this station battery before I let that get hooked up to there. In turn, I want to have a power line up here go up to the solar panels. So that way, all I have to do is, once that is dead, I just connect that and, remove that station battery. This can be cleaned up much better, but I mean, I want this to be fully drained and dead before I swap it over. I want to shut it off, attach, then attach. So this should be building some power. I'm a little concerned though that my solar tracking is going to die. I think what I might end up doing is, let that drain completely. Power you off. Power my APCs off. That way this is the only thing receiving power. And then there. And now I can dismantle this station battery and use it for some other building. You have done me well, station battery. You will not be forgotten, and you will live on in another process. Truth be told, was that a good idea? I don't really know that was a good idea. Running low on air again. Okay, but I have this going.
Air tank low.
There it goes. Why is my air supply dropping so fast? Okay. Does Rillen just naturally breathe that much?
Air tank critical.
This is probably a good place to cut it. I've reworked my power. I really do need a large storm to kind of fully charge that. And I think what I need to do... Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, this is a good stopping place. That storm, I'm glad I got that done because now those wind turbines should be able to charge those large station batteries a fairly good degree. So I'll get the 2,000 from the solar panels, and then hopefully the 20,000 from the storm. That'll give me a good surplus charge that allows me to get the greenhouse going, any printing done, and then I can start to pre-work on the atmospheric. So yeah, this is Shadow Drake. Next time we return, let's go gung ho and getting the greenhouse actually fully operational and set up because I'm gonna run out of food eventually. So thank you for your time. Hope you have a good day and see you next time. Bye bye.